Hi, Miss Tanika from the Cedar Hill chapter. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you, Melissa?
Well, good. I see your sweet daughter Sarai in the background. So tell us about
Yes.
her.
Sarai was my second child. She will be 13 now. She was smart and sassy and witty and funny. Very an old young girl, young lady. She had 1,000 friends. She just was smart. Made a honor roll. She was in gymnastics. She was in dance. Just an all around, beautiful girl.
So what is she wearing in her picture? What is that from?
That was one of her dance recitals. So they had to take pictures. So that was one of the dances. That was one of the last ones actually that she took. But she was so excited, happy.
You can
You know,
tell.
she, ballet and tap, and that was her thing. She did it with so much joy. We look at her videos now, and she might be off step a little bit, but she was having a good time.
That's what it's about. And her
Yeah.
smile is very inviting. She
Hmm.
has a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Thank
uh,
you.
well, you started your chapter about 5 years ago. So what made you want to start a chapter with the Cure Starts Now?
Well, after Sarai passed away from DIPG, I wanted to continue to honor her, to continue to fight for other kids that may be diagnosed with DIPG. And it was just important to continue to honor her and, continue to know that, let people know that it was still very important that we continue to find a cure because I didn't want other families to have to go through what we went through, by Sarai, being diagnosed and, dealing with her health issues after she was diagnosed and then ultimately passing away. It was just a lot. And the call to action for me was to continue to fight in her name, in her honor for other kids.
And what resonated with you about the Cure Starts Now?
The Cure Starts Now, they were just always there. You didn't know what you didn't know at the time, but it was just like they sent shirts and I was like, where did these shirts come from? And it was just like they were for the family. And it was just like they were just always there. And I didn't realize the value that they added and that the value and what they meant to the DIPG community and how they were fighting and what their daughter, and it was the same as Sarai, and it was just like the Cure Stars Now to me represented something that I didn't know was missing in life until my child was diagnosed. And I was like, oh my goodness, we need the Cure Stars Now. We need other people like me and you and families and supporters because the thing with DIPG is it comes so suddenly that
Right.
you don't know about it until somebody that is diagnosed with it or your own child is diagnosed with it. And so I just think it's so important to have the Cure Stars Now. It's just like they've always been like a family. They represent to me a extended family of people that have experienced like the same things, gone through the same things, or have family members or friends, because the Cure Stars Now is not just mothers and fathers that have lost children, but it's like, friends and cousins and
Right.
everybody that grandparents that, felt something was taken away. They felt, something was taken away, but had there been research or had there been a cure or people continuing to find ways to fight this, you know, this is what the Cure Stars Now is, the way to fight and a way to keep other kids
Thank you.
alive or have a quality
Absolutely.
of life, and it's just why it's so important to me.
Well, you've had amazing support, when Sarai was battling, and obviously now with the chapter. So, what's something you want your friends or your family, strangers, but of course
Mhm.
supporters to know?
I think I want them to know that, like, even though it's been 5 years, we still are in the fight. It's
Right?
not over. Like, Sarai's not here, but every day there's another child that's being diagnosed. And we need to we need to continue to support, because just as much as Sarai meant to me and our family, there's another child that means the same to another family. And if you knowing what we went through and how you felt, imagine how they feel. And they still need the same type of support, and we still need to find a cure, and the cure starts now. And they have
Right?
to yeah. And you have to support those things that are important to you. So if Sarai was important to you, if you know another family that's important to you, you have to put, you have to, I don't know, you just have to support it, because it's just, there's no other way. There's no other way.
It really is, if they've got the money and they're able to donate, that will spend their money well. But
Yes.
I'm living for the day where there's like a standard treatment plan and the
Yeah.
parents get a different speech than I'm sorry. And you're
Yeah.
right, as people move forward with their lives, we're still in the fight and we need their help. So I
Right.
echo your comments, and I'm glad you're beside me fighting along with me.
Absolutely. And, there's just I've never been a part of another organization that is so committed, so dedicated, so compassionate, and still, just does great things in the community for everybody, and if I call them, if I call them today and I pick up a phone, somebody's going to answer and they're going to try to help me figure out what I can do.
Right,
I mean, it's
right.
just amazing. It's amazing. They're
Definitely
amazing.
makes
You're
me
amazing. We're amazing.
You are too. Well, thank you, Tanika, and thank you for sharing Sarai with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.